Thank you, Ann. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the distinct privilege to recognize to you the Young Lawyer of the Year Award, who is here today to receive her award. But before we let her receive her award, you probably should hear a little bit about there being 3,300 members of the Young Lawyers Bar, of which we then asked for nominations and received many. There is, having been on the nominating and selection committee, there are very impressive nominations. As you all have been and are now, young lawyers are all striving to either be partners or pay overhead. So either one of those, sometimes those are one and the same. But at the same time, they don't have a lot of time outside of their profession. And that's, as young lawyers and the Young Lawyers Division, what we try to do is not only give to the bar from a professional standpoint, but to give to the public from a service standpoint. And this young lawyer stands out among all the others for all the things that she has done, which started at the University of Massachusetts, where she received her undergraduate degree. She then went on to receive a master's in industrial organizational psychology. She then went on to Brooklyn Law School to receive her Juris Doctorate. Then she came down to South Carolina to bless us with her presence. She clerked with the Honorable Judge Seymour, and she started her career there and then hopped a few places around to learn her trade in the local area here of Columbia. The most important thing about this young lawyer are the things she's done for the public and the community. More importantly, she is the Vice President of the Board of Directors for the Central Division of the Habitat for Humanity, which we all know provides the American dream to all those that may be less fortunate in the form of a house. Well, in those homes that are given each year throughout the state of South Carolina, the unexpected does happen when people pass away and don't leave a will. Well, then that provides a quagmire of probate issues. So an issue was seen here that these people going through the Habitat for Humanity needs wills. And we already provided wills to emergency responders, but this young lawyer came forward and asked us to form a whole new committee to provide wills free to the public, free to Habitat for Humanity members. That was well received by Tina Herbert, our past president, and made a new committee, of which we have provided wills, healthcare power of attorneys, and living wills to Habitat for Humanity members over the past year and a half to 2 years. So several hundred members have received that. On top of helping Habitat for Humanity, she has served on the United Way. Doing all this, she just opened her own practice in September of 2011. So she has a lot of time constraints on herself, but she realizes more importantly that you don't get unless you give. And Jennifer Ashburn certainly deserves the credit of South Carolina Young Lawyer of the Year. So if you would all join me in giving her a round of applause.
This is such an honor. Thank you. I know you have a very busy agenda today, so I will just take a few minutes. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Habitat Wills Clinic. Trey has mentioned that I came to the Young Lawyers Division and asked them to do the Habitat Wills Clinic, and I told them that the Habitat staff here in Columbia had asked me to help them provide wills to their homeowners. And Tina Herbert, then the president, she was very in favor of doing it. And she said, well, not only will we do Columbia, we'll do the entire state. And I said, well, great. That sounds great. So we formed a committee. We started here in Columbia. Our first clinic had 50 homeowners participating. Over the past year, by the end of the year, we'll have 10 clinics across the state. We've had over 100 homeowners leave with fully executed wills, healthcare powers of attorney, and living wills. So it's been a great experience. We've also had almost 100 volunteers. And those volunteers are not just young lawyers, they're lawyers of all different ages. So, it's been a really important thing for the community. I'm so appreciative of Young Lawyers for supporting us in that endeavor. It's been very successful, and I think we can all be proud of that and be proud of the Young Lawyers Division. I just also want to take a minute to thank Judge Seymour, who's here today, who nominated me, and Deborah Morgan, her clerk. They've supported me in so many ways over the years, and I appreciate that support. I also want to thank Mac Bennett with the United Way, who submitted a letter on my behalf, and Patrick Turner, the general attorney with AT&T. Both of them have supported me in everything I've done, and that really leads me to how I want to conclude, which is to let you all know that the reason I'm here today is because of all the lawyers throughout the state of South Carolina who have helped me and supported me. And one thing I always brag about to my friends who don't practice here is that the South Carolina bar is so supportive, and the lawyers are so supportive of each other. So many people have, advised me and dropped everything to take a minute to answer a legal question or to instruct me as to good ideas on how to open my own firm. And there's too many people to name them right now, but I sure am grateful, and I'm grateful to this bar, and thank you very much for this. This is a great honor, a great honor. Thank you.